Evening Incense.
This is the brief on the final chapter of the biblical story of manna. After 40 years of miraculously feeding the Israelites in the desert, God's daily provision of heavenly bread suddenly stopped. Not from neglect, but because they'd finally reached their destination. First, let's look at this unfailing provision. The manna didn't just fizzle out halfway. It lasted exactly through that 40-year wilderness journey, right up to Canaan's border. It beautifully illustrates that God faithfully finishes the work He starts. Think of it like a perfectly calculated travel grant. Why would a perfect provider cut your funding before the journey's complete? Second, the transition to something better. So if that provision was perfect, why stop it? Well, manna ceased the day they entered Canaan because they could finally eat the land's richer, permanent produce. Manna was temporary wilderness food, while Canaan's fruit was their true inheritance. It completely mirrors our spiritual transition from earthly struggles to divine immortality. It's kind of like graduating from training wheels to a real bike. You don't mourn the training wheels once you get the real thing. Finally, we have the hidden manna. Even after graduating to better food, they weren't supposed to just forget the wilderness. God commanded a golden jar of manna be kept in the Ark of the Covenant as a lasting memorial. It really begs a question for us. When we reach our goals, should we forget our past struggles, or are they our ultimate trophy of faithfulness? Remember, the daily struggles in the wilderness are totally temporary, but the glory of the promised inheritance is eternal.